What's up, everybody? It's Harrison. I just want to come at you with another discussion, little video. So we just jump right into it today. So I made a video recently where I talked about, how late stage capitalism is devouring all hobbies, and I know we can feel it all over the place. And it's not just hobbies; it's everywhere. I even mentioned it in that video, but in this one we're gonna kind of highlight some good things happening in the gaming space. So this will be more about gaming. I will make a video about other hobbies and some of the lights in the dark there. Now I call them lights in the dark. The darkness, the nightmare, the capitalistic nightmare that we're facing right now. Just a bunch of boardrooms making decisions that are not really good. AAA games, you guys know what it looks like in that world right now. So it's just a bunch of terrible stuff. But we're not going to talk about the bad stuff today. Today we're going to talk about some of the good stuff. We'll start with the obvious. So obviously we got Virtuous. They're out here doing things like making remasters. They've been greenlit by, Xbox, Microsoft, whatever, to kind of go ham. And kudos to Microsoft too. This is one thing I will take my hat off for them, and that's the whole exclusivity thing, keeping games exclusive. They're not doing that, so like their games will be on every system. They don't care. They know that that's where their future that's where it lies for them. If they want to make, it's a good business decision. We'll say that. No more game exclusivity through Xbox. That's a light in the dark for me. Another light in the dark is going to have to be Oblivion and Expedition 33. I put them together because they came out around the same time, and because they started this trend. Well, Oblivion was greenlit by Xbox, Microsoft as well. Everybody thinks it was Bethesda and Todd Howard doing the same thing he did with Skyrim, but no, it's actually kind of different. They were greenlit to do the game. It was shadow dropped. They didn't do any marketing. It was leaked like the night before. We kind of saw it coming. Was it a meme? Was it an April Fool's joke? And then it dropped. They pretty much just proved that they release a good game. They don't have to do all this marketing and pay all this money on the back end, and they can make some pretty good money off of a game when, it's a remaster. Virtuous is already known for doing great remasters. They've done a few. They got a couple in the works now. That wasn't their only one. I'm sure they got some we don't even know about cooking, so that's exciting. So Oblivion just, it's blowing me out of the water. I'll do a video on it. I'm having a great time playing it. I might even stream it. I might go live and play that because I want to try going live at some point. So Oblivion's sick though. Expedition 33, same thing. Now with Oblivion, the price point I think it was like $50. You can get it on sale at some points, I'm sure, on Steam. It's just launching for that at a time when the world of gaming is it is what it is. We talked about it the other day in one of my videos, and it's rough out there, just like all hobbies, and gaming is no better. It's getting worse and worse by the quarter. Like, it's just really getting worse and worse. And so you got real creatives out here that see these things. They're going to capitalize on it. Companies like Xbox and Microsoft, they're behind, man. They're like really behind. So they're going to be doing what they can to get systems out. Are they going to raise their prices? Yes. Are they going to release games that are way more expensive? Yes. But I think they're also going to try to corner this market at this lower price point. Pay less to produce a game, pay less to market it, put it out for a little cheaper. It sells like mad because it is cheaper and because it's a great game. I mean, it's great. It's a great way to get some good faith back. So Oblivion, Expedition 33 along the same path. They released it for $50. It had a special, you could get it $44, I think, on Steam. Amazing game. I'm not done with it yet, but I've had a great time with it so far. For $50, you can't beat that. Those are lights in the dark. These are real creatives. Everybody that made Expedition 33, some of them never made a game before. There's 40 people. Sandfall is the name of the studios. You can look them up. And some of the devs that came from Ubisoft, where they would never have been able to make this game, and all creativity goes there to die in favor of making more live service slop, or Assassin's Creed 57, where they've done ruined something that I also love. I mean, Assassin's Creed, guys. I used to love Assassin's Creed, and there's still some good story in there somewhere, but oh man, they ran that one into the ground. But anyway, we're not talking about the bad stuff today. Those two out of the way, we got another one. This one's kind of huge for me because, first off, I was a huge No Man's Sky fan from day one. I know, mock me, hate me. I loved everything that Hello Games was talking about. I loved the vision they had. Even first day when it was really boring and all that time period, I still played the game. I enjoyed it for what it was. I understood why everybody was upset with it, but the development of that game has been nothing short of spectacular, and they haven't hit my wallet again one time. I've bought the game multiple times on different systems and for different people, but because it's an amazing game. So that's all they had to do. So that's why it brings me to my next point with Lords of the Fallen 2.0. I played Lords of the Fallen. It sucked. But the 2.0 launched. They want to do another game. They want to do Lords of the Fallen 2, I guess. And they can't do that if the first one sucks. So they went back in, they listened to fan feedback. Now they launched the 2.0 where they fixed a lot of the issues, some quality of life improvement, a bunch of things that improved in the game. I mean, complete overhauls with some things where they actually listened to the fans, guys. Really impressive. There's some controversies in there, but we don't need to go into all that. But, you know, now you can play Lords of the Fallen 2.0. If you owned it already, you don't have to pay for this update. You don't have to pay for this upgrade. This is the game. And that's awesome. Everybody that bought it, you know, that's pretty cool. And you can play it on Game Pass or go buy it. It's worth it. If you don't want to buy it and your friend owns it, let them invite you, because it actually has a feature where you can let your friends play with you even though they don't own the game. See, this is what I mean by lights in the dark. Everything is not bad. Things like that studio who they want their game to be loved. They have passion and heart in what they're making, and they're trying to get their story told. So they're doing what they can to bring fans back to it. You know, and it's beautiful to see, honestly. I love their story. I love what they're doing and how they're trying to establish themselves as what they are. I enjoy that whole process and seeing the studio do what they have to do to get back in the good graces of players. Because at some point you got to take accountability for what you're doing wrong, no matter who you are. And I think saying, you know what, we had something that we visioned, this isn't quite what we wanted, let's go back and do it over. Like, I think that there's a lot to respect about that. And then launch that. It's great, it's been well received, and they offer features that other games, AAA games, other games just would never do. So Lords of the Fallen 2.0, light in the darkness for sure. Then we have Schedule 1. And I put Schedule 1 on there because we all know the controversy with Schedule 1, guys. They didn't, you know, it was made by one guy up until a certain point, then he got a little help. But, you know, and the other game companies and studios, the creatives behind those other games that it was in competition with, they never had a problem with Schedule 1. But the big boardroom guys, the guys in the studios, got scared that their money was going to stop flowing because people were going to jump ship and play this way better game that was developed by a smaller studio for cheaper. They were going to blow them out of the water. That's what they were afraid of. So they started this lawsuit nonsense, which made the developers and creatives behind that game look a certain way when they had no idea it was going on. Big controversy, but Schedule 1, great game. I haven't finished it or gotten all the way to completion, but I have touched on it. It is beautiful. I do think I'm going to play it on the channel. Love the game, love the idea of the game, love how it was developed. Again, great story, creative that wanted to get their thing out there. They worked their butt off to make it happen, and the passion project made them a millionaire overnight. Light in the darkness. Hopefully gaming will give us more of this. All the crazy prices, all the crazy things going on right now. People, real creatives, real developers, real people that have passion and heart for this stuff will still develop things like this, and they'll drop it for a bargain because they're really passionate and they want their stuff to get into your hands. Schedule 1, awesome. Light in the darkness for sure. Now, I got really two more that I want to talk about today. There's more, but today we'll cap it off here at like two more. The first one I want to say is Mafia. There's a new Mafia game coming out, and it looks like it's going to be cool. I mean, if you play the other Mafia games, which I did, some of them had some monotony to them and you know, some repetitive stuff, but really good cinematic games. If you love the subject material, if you love the time periods, some of them, you know, the third one delved into some heavy issues. So it was interesting. I played that game. I own all of those games. I will be playing this one. It looks like it's going to be, it is going to be a linear story, which means it'll probably be shorter, 15 to 30 hours, I'd imagine, somewhere between 10 to 30 hours, depending on who's playing. And they're only going to charge $50. Full experience. They're not trying to charge you 70, 80, 90 bucks for that. They know it's only going to be 15 to 30 hours or something. They haven't said exactly, but they know it's not going to be the longest game. It's a linear experience. It's not this big giant open world with all this crazy stuff. Yeah, they have no problem dropping it for 50 bucks, and that's coming out in August. I highly recommend you guys support those guys, buy that game. Let's show some support to these people. Let's, you know, if you don't like it, then, you know, review it on Steam. Let's be fair, but let's support, let's represent, let's champion these studios that are doing the right thing. If you've never played Lords of the Fallen and you like Souls-likes, give it a try. I'm not the best at those games, to be honest. I think it would be fun to dive into on my channel, or at least when I do streaming, is for me to beat Elden Ring. That would be a huge deal for me because I'm not the best at those games. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy the story. I enjoy untying and unfolding the lore, the way those games explore their lore. Very interesting stuff. I love, you know, I'm a story guy, I'm a world building guy, and no kind of games does world building like those, because you really have to investigate and read items and things like that to understand what's going on in the world. I find that highly fascinating. But I've never beaten that. I've never beaten Dark Souls, I'll be honest. I've played it tons of times, gotten close, but I've never truly beat it from start to finish, which I would love to do. So maybe we'll do that on the channel. But yeah, shout out to Lords of the Fallen, shout out to Mafia, shout out to Schedule 1, shout out to Expedition 33, Oblivion. Those guys fired. Now, the biggest one, and one that I really love because it touches on a couple of things I love, and that's gaming, that's chilling with the boys and the homies, and Warhammer 40K, baby. So Space Marine 2, look at these guys. Look at how awesome the dev team is there. Complete mod support. And when I say mod support, I mean they support the modders. They gave them access, full access to the builder, the editor for the game, so that they could go in and actually edit the game and play with it and do stuff. They're adding the Tau, they're adding Necrons, they're already doing things right now. As of right now, you can take 12 men, 12 people, and run them through the entire campaign and completely slaughter some bugs, dude. I'm excited to try that. If anybody wants to try that, jump in the comments, jump in the Discord. Let's give it a shot, guys, because I really, yeah, I want to try that. I haven't tried it yet. I'd love to get some footage for the channel and talk about it a little bit. But I just wanted to give a big shout out to Space Marine 2. Those guys have killed it. You know, they know that modders want to have fun with it. They know how big the Warhammer 40K fan base is huge. We all have a lot of passion for our factions and what we do. I have so much stuff. You can't really see it, but behind this chair back here is the stack. All that's Warhammer shit from there down. Like that's all Warhammer stuff. I'm really big into it. I love the lore. But Space Marine 2 was awesome. We want more of it, and they're letting modders play with it so we can have more of it. And I think that you can't respect a company more than I respect them. I think that's awesome for them to do, and I can't wait to see what they do with Space Marine 3. But yeah, that was it. I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the lights in the darkness. I know I talked about a lot of bad stuff the other day, but gaming has some good things going on for it right now too. The indie scene is amazing. Keep your eye on the indie scene. Steam deserves an honorable mention on this list. They're doing a lot to protect us as gamers. Look into that if you don't believe me. It's really interesting. They're blocking companies' abilities to do a lot of things that are predatory to you and to trick you into buying their games and not really completing the games and selling you skins and all kind of stuff. They protect you from a lot of those things. So I know Valve has had a lot of controversy themselves, but really they're one of the best groups out there, the best people out there as far as companies to trust. So yeah, let's champion the people that deserve it. Get your games on sale on Steam, or you know, go fishing, go sailing, whatever, however you feel the need to do it. But be fair in how you do that. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. That's all I really had today. Make sure you champion these companies that do the right thing. That's all this really is about. It's not all bad. There's good out there too, and the other hobbies as well. And I can't wait to make a video documenting some of the lights in the darkness. I talk about model agnostic and things like that. There's so many things in different hobby spaces where creatives and good people in the space, they see the problems and they're trying to solve it. Do not lose all hope. We'll find a way. Just like life in Jurassic Park and Jeff Goldblum. It'll find a way. I promise. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. I've had a lot of love since that other video. I appreciate it. If you like what you see here, you want to see me develop and get better at this whole YouTube thing, and you appreciate my journey or whatever, feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be huge for me. So yeah, appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and get down in the comments and let's discuss some of this stuff. What are some of the lights in the darkness for you? What are some of the good things that you see happening in your hobbies? Not just gaming, but anywhere. Maybe we'll talk about it in another video. All right, guys, y'all be good to each other, man. I appreciate you. Later.